HCG family, Miss HCG Diva here, coming to you to talk to you about the very low calorie diet day number 11. It went pretty good actually. It was a good day. I got tons of water in. I know at least 100 ounces of water, which was good. And on the menu was a turkey burger for lunch and some broccoli. I had about one Melba toast throughout the day, probably in the morning. Usually sometime I'll have that about an hour. So after I have my tea, I'll maybe have one Melba toast. Some days. I try not to do Melba toast every day because I know some people say they stall with having it every day. So I say maybe I'll just do it every other day or so. I had a little bit of chocolate delight, not very much, just a little. And I had a headache yesterday because I had my first meal, my lunch. I didn't have that until about 3 o'clock. I wasn't feeling hungry, but I guess my body wanted some food, and so I got a headache. So I ate at 3 and took 2 extra strength Tylenols, and the headache went away. So that was fine. I made sure I got the uncoated ones too, because I know they say some of the Tylenols and medications that are coated have sugar in them. So I was like, uh-oh. So I made sure I got the uncoated ones. And for dinner, I had a shrimp, sauteed shrimp, and some salad on the side with my apple cider dressing that I make with it. And that was pretty good. Want to see it? Here it goes. Didn't that look yummy? It was good. But after I ate it, I started feeling really funny. I don't know if it was the shrimps or it's time for number 2 again. I'm not sure. I think it's a number 2 issue. I am not regular like I used to be, but it's not that bad. I'm probably like every other day when I was just, before I started HCG, going like 2 or 3 times a day. And that was one of my fears actually coming onto this diet. When my girlfriend told me about it, was like, is that going to change? She was like, yeah. I'm like, oh boy. So I was already prepared mentally that was going to change, and not to panic when that happened. So I know what to do for it. You know, I've watched vlogs on what people do to make sure they go, you know, pretty regularly. So I'm going to start bringing some of that into my diet to make sure that I do. I eat tons of broccoli, which is fiber in the apples too. But I only had, I think, 1 apple yesterday, or maybe I didn't have any at all, but I'm going to have a couple today for sure. Make sure I get my apples in because they have a nice bit of fiber in them as well. And I did have a half a cup of green tea last night, and I had a cup this morning. The last time I drank this particular green tea, it did send me on like I needed to do, you know. It did make me take care of business. So we'll see what happens. I drank a full cup this morning, see if it does anything. If not, I'll try something else that I know should work well for me. So other than that, everything was good. I released 0.6 pounds this morning, so yay. So I was so happy to see that, because I thought after that big release yesterday of 2.6 that I may not have released today, you know, since it was such a gigantic release, but I released and I'm happy. I looked at my numbers, and after losing all of the weight that I gained on loading, I have lost 8.4 pounds, and I'm averaging about 0.7 pounds release a day is where I am right now. So it is going very well. I'm happy, excited about this. Today is starting day 12, and I can't believe I'm only a couple of days away from being on this for 2 weeks, and it's just been going great. No complaints at all. No complaints at all. It's just really, really good, and I'm just excited. So I hope that everyone else out there in the HCG family are having good releases. Things are going well for you. And I'll talk to you again soon, guys. Okay? Take care. Bye.
Don't go sending me those 3 dozen roses. Don't you know that just one